Hello, everybody. This is Madhu Koga. Hola a todos. Marhaban bikum jami'an. Um, Osio negada. Auniche mobe. Bashkawalik esh tulaklesh. Awua numukbi. So in this video, I'm just going to kind of give you the latest updates on my language list, how how I reorganized it. As I said in the earlier videos, that any changes I make are going to be minimalizing and not maximizing. If I do make any changes after this, which I really don't plan to, but you never know. Uh, so yeah, like I know in the of last video or the one before that, I went into more into detail the reasons why I learned these languages, like personal connection, which has to do a lot with ancestry and religion. Then there's genuine interest. There's size and notoriety. And then there's languages that I feel are underrated and are, project worthy. So I'm not going to go into those. Again, all I'm going to do is kind of just give a brief overview of my new list and how I reorganized it. I have different. I kind of simplified the. As you can see, the wording as far as how I categorize each group, or how the terminology I use for each group. So, the ones that know, I'm sure a lot of you know what these ratings mean, but most people don't, honestly. So I'm just going to start saying these: advanced to mastery, intermediate to advanced, beginner to intermediate, and limited. So, alright, going on to the first group, at languages that I want to learn at an advanced to a mastery level. So, and it's pretty much the same ones. Of course, this isn't counting English and Spanish. So first we have Arabic, Lughat al-Arabiya, right? Then, as far as Arabic, I need to edit this actually, because I'm not gonna be really focusing on learning different colloquial varieties. My main focus is standard literary Arabic, and to a lesser extent, I'll focus on probably just a few colloquial varieties like Levantine, Egyptian, and Sudanese. Probably, honestly, just those three. Even though there's a lot of other ones that I like, including these, but most likely no. But yeah, Arabic, I mean, at the moment, my Arabic level, out of all these languages, it's the highest. I'd say, even though it was higher before, but I just kind of fell out. I stopped using it. So I'd say now I'm at an advanced level, intermediate to an advanced level I'm at with Arabic right now, but I'm always trying to keep that, I'm trying to improve in Arabic. Alright, next we have Cherokee. Jalagi Gawoni Histi. Yeah, that's I went into it in the other video, as far as the reasons why I'm learning it. For y'all that don't know, Cherokee is native, the Iroquoian language native to the southeastern, what is now the southeastern United States. And then we have Mandingo, or Mandenka, also known as Kangbe, of West Africa. And with this Mandingo, I'm focusing on the Bamana Jula dialect, which is by far the biggest, spoken in Mali and Ivory Coast. And these, as far as my schedule for learning these languages are set apart from the others because I'm really never gonna stop learning them. Honestly, like every year I'm gonna at least I'm going to at least dedicate a day to them, at least one day to them. So I can get to the highest level possible. All right. Now we're going to the intermediate to advanced list. So these are languages that I want to learn from an intermediate level to an advanced level. And these are pretty much the same ones too. So we have Yucatec Maya or Mayatan. Actually, I think I said that wrong. Mayatan. You have the Central America, Yucatan Peninsula. Then we have Embera or Embera Bedea of Colombia and Panama in South America. Then we have Mendeia, which is in Sierra Leone and Liberia. It's also related to Mandingo, distantly related. They're both Mande languages. Then we have Mohawk or Kanyankeha of North America. It's also related to Cherokee, distantly too, Iroquois language. So these languages, I'm already starting to learn actually this year. In fact, as I stated in my last video, my languages for this year, aside from these obviously that I'm still learning, are Yucatec Maya and Mende. Yucatec Maya I was already learning last year, but I'm trying to get it to at least an intermediate level this year. Because right now I'm at a beginner's level definitely. And then Mende I just started this year, or at least formally just started this year, and it's pretty hard actually. But I plan to try to get to at least a beginner's level this year and the intermediate level, at least the intermediate level next year. Mohawk I'm not starting yet until I believe 2021 I'll be starting it. So basically my new system, I went into it in the last video, where I'm going to be learning have no more than 4 languages a year, and of course 2 of them are always going to be Cherokee and Mandingo. Arabic, I'm also learning that, but I kind of don't count it because I'm at a pretty high level already, and it's just pretty much has to do with maintaining it there, and making it obviously trying to make it improve as well. But yeah, so every year I'm going to be studying these 2 automatically and 2 others. So like this year it's Yucatec Maya and Mende. Next year I'm going to discontinue studying Yucatec Maya, or at least at the level I'm studying it now, and replace it with Embera. But then again, after this year even this year, I have Saturdays as my kind of review days, and then probably as I go further on in the years, I'll incorporate Fridays and maybe even Thursdays. So I'll have 2 to 3 days, but at least one day just to dedicate to review of earlier languages, such as Yucatec Maya will be next year. All right. Going on into this category, beginner to intermediate. So these are languages that I want to learn at a beginner to an intermediate level. First we have Huron or Yamenda Ndewandat. It's also Iroquoian, related to Cherokee and Mohawk. This language is actually not spoken anymore, but it's in the process of revival. Next we have, these 2 really go together, Garifuna and Modern Taino, which I'll do a separate video for them to explain why, but Basically, I kind of explain it here. Modern Taino or Hawahiani, to be learned alongside Garifuna. Modern Taino to be reconstructed using Inieri, which is what Garifuna is based upon, um, and using Taino vocabulary and grammar when available. And I can't take credit for honestly coming up with this method. I know there's this a good group of people that I met on Facebook who came up with it, and I'm just kind of tagging along. So yeah, that will be learned along with Garifuna or Nye Garifuna. And they're both Arawakan languages. Next we have Dan, or let me see if I can do this. Dawo. Um, Probably it's definitely the most tonal language on my list. It also belongs to the Mande group in West Africa, spoken in Liberia and Ivory Coast. And then we have Quiche and Kakchikel, or Katsihobal. I put them together because they're pretty similar, and it's very useful, both of them. A lot of speakers between, especially if you put them together. Um, yeah, but it's another Mayan language related to Yucatec Maya, spoken in Guatemala, in the southern highlands of Guatemala. Alright, next we have Hausa, or Harsha Hausa, which is another Afroasiatic language distantly related to Arabic, um, although it's a different branch, as you can see here, Chadic. Uh, yeah, so this is mostly northern Nigeria and southern Niger, but also, as you can see, it spills into other countries like Ghana, Togo, Benin, Cameroon, and southern Chad. It was extremely useful language. Next, we have Tzotzil, or Batikop, another Mayan language, different branch though, spoken in Chiapas, in present-day Mexico. Yeah. Uh, Next, we have, going to South America, we have Guarani, or Avanye, in Paraguay, Brazil, and a small part of Argentina, and eastern Bolivia. Very useful language, one of the biggest Native American languages. So yeah, I definitely wanted to have that on the list. And it's just a really cool language on its own merit. Alright, then last but not least, we have Swahili, or Kiswahili, which is obviously the biggest language of sub-Saharan Africa, spoken in Tanzania. Well, it's native to Tanzania. It's a coastal area, but now it's pretty much a lingua franca in Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, and the eastern half of the DRC, or Democratic Republic of Congo, and in small parts of Mozambique and Somalia as well. So yeah, very useful and really cool language. So these, I guess you could say, are my top languages, top 15, languages that I want to attain some kind of conversational level in. Then next we have the last group is the limited languages, where I just want to learn them at a limited level, which basically means I'm learning, just memorize, not really learning, just memorizing basic phrases and words, not really conversational. Which, honestly, a lot of these languages are really cool. I would have liked to have put them in this group, but, I have to make, priorities and sacrifices. Partly so I don't overwhelm myself. So yeah, we have Quechua, or Runasimi, is definitely the biggest Native American language all throughout South America, from small part of Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Chile, Argentina. Um, Next we have Gere or Way. It's a really cool language of West Africa, probably the most tonal language of Africa, period. Really cool, but unfortunately not that well documented. Next we have Igbo, which is an equally cool language. Asasa Igbo. In southeastern Nigeria. It's one of the biggest African languages. But I don't know. It wasn't easy putting it here, but that's what happened. No point to dwell on it. Then we have going to Asia, Tamil and Malayalam, which are Dravidian languages of southern India and Sri Lanka. And then next we have Malay, or Bahasa Melayu, also of Asia, Southeast Asia, of Indonesia and Malaysia. Big lingua franca there. Definitely the biggest language of Southeast Asia, I'm pretty sure. Next, back to the Americas, we have Nahuatl, or Nahuatl, which, is Uto-Aztecan, the language of the Aztecs of central Mexico. And last but not least, we have Chorti and ancient Cholti, native to Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras, but mostly only spoken in Guatemala nowadays. And this language is cool because it is the closest spoken Mayan language now to the ancient Cholti language, which was the language of most of the Mayan inscriptions. So yeah, so that's it, I guess. I'm not used to making so short videos, but it's probably better. But yeah, so that's my list. You know, like I said, if I do make any changes to this, it'll be minimalizing changes. But actually, I'm pretty content with this list, and hopefully, it'll be my final one. All right, guys. Until next time.